Welcome. The first thing I'm going to invite you to do is to bring awareness to your body. So, for most of us, that will involve taking attention from the area of the head and the thoughts and just sort of expanding it into the space below the neck. And beginning to pick up sensory information that is emanating from our bodies. So you don't have to really look, you just sort of opened to the realm of sensations and to the general invitation to bring awareness to the body. And then naturally, different sensations, different experiences of the felt sense will come forth all on their own. It might be related to breath. It might be an awareness of an area of pain or discomfort in your body that is typically there, and maybe that you avoid. And so we're just kind of expanding the lens to the entirety of our sensory experience. Noticing also perhaps where your body is touching your chair and the feedback of solidity that is coming from below you. And of course, these sensory experiences are always there. We're just not paying attention because our attention is elsewhere. And most of the time, it's in the mind and in the thought stream. So we're just evening things out. There are many, many ways of knowing. There are many, many currents of information coming to us, and opening to the sensory body is equivalent to opening to our deepest self and to a richer stream of intelligence. And as we do this, I'm inviting you today to to give yourself to yes. So let's just take a moment here to try this little visualization, and that is to drop a pebble, and maybe on that pebble the word yes is engraved. And you drop that in through the top of the head, and you let the resonance of that word come into the body. What does yes feel like in the body? So trust your own experience, but for some of us, there may be a sense of just greater expansion or opening or softening or curiosity. So we'll just stay with that for a little bit, just to let our body come into coherence with the spirit of that word, yes. And if you'd like, you can just drop that pebble in and just let it ripple through your being another time or two. So, yes, just like any other word, has a particular vibratory presence in our body. And we're attuning to that today. And the thing about the frequency of yes is that it has the capacity to illuminate all those places in our being that are saying no, that are resisting, that are pushing back, that are not accepting. And so you might notice that as well as the yes drops in and there's this kind of opening. It's almost like the lights go on and it illuminates those places that feel more like a no. And you may even get images of things in your life or things happening in your body that are more of a no right now. And so we can say yes to the no. We can allow the yes and the no to coexist because they do. We can let them touch each other. We can let them intertwine, intermingle. So by saying yes, we're not making no wrong. By saying yes, it's just another way of coming into alignment with the moment exactly as it is. What would it be to say yes to the breath exactly as it is in this moment? So letting awareness expand into the realm of the breath, its cycle and the ways that it touches our body with the spirit of yes, whether it's short, whether it's smooth, whether it's restricted. What would it be to meet it with the spirit of yes? And this isn't a yes that says, you're right. It's a yes that just says, yes, this is the way things are right now. And that's always the best place to start. And so we're being with the breath in the spirit of yes, which you may find then gives it the space to be, to flow, to shift in its own time, in its own way. It's a friendly way of meeting ourselves. And there's something in the being that relaxes when we do this. And then let's notice what the mental territory is like today. So we can just bring our awareness there. It's probably been making itself known anyways. And what would it be to meet it with a yes? Yes, the mind is busy today. Yes, the mind is distracted today. Yes, the mind is calm today. And this helps to counteract the usual battle we go into with the mind in a meditation practice. And it can tend to create more space in which we just naturally step back and we become more of a witness of the mind than one who is perpetually engaged with it. And then we can slide awareness back into the physical body, maybe focusing mostly on the gross physical body for now, the sensations in the joints, in the muscles, on the skin, the sensation of warmth or cold, the sensation of tension, of relaxation. And again, we don't have to go looking, they'll present themselves. It's like the light of our awareness and our willingness to slow down draws the details of our experience forward according to an intelligence that is beyond our capacity to really understand or even control. So it's just this kind of, I wish to connect to the physical body. And then you open, and then certain details of it will come onto your center screen. And again, there's this spirit of yes as these parts of ourselves come forth. when we say yes to a part of ourself that comes forth, it allows it to unfold and to heal, you could say, which means to become whole, to come back into the wholeness of our being, rather than being relegated to somewhere deep within the unconscious or somewhere out of what is acceptable. So to heal is to let our being become whole, which is to acknowledge our whole experience, which is to say yes to all of the details that come forth. And most importantly, notice how your being receives being met in this way. You may notice some sighs and deep breaths. You may notice a kind of a relaxation, a sense of coming home to oneself, of being at home in one's own experience. Because so often there are many, many no's to our experience, which creates a real disconnection from ourselves and from others and from the world around us. So practicing saying yes is a way of reverse engineering, you could say, all of these no's we've been conditioned to impose on our lives. And you may find that your system naturally filters through the denser physicality and the sensations related to that and takes you into the more subtle realm of emotions and even energy and areas where perhaps you hold subtle stress in your body. And so if that's happening for you, then go ahead and let yourself go there. Notice the sensations that might be related to emotions that you've been carrying or that you're now aware that are showing themselves. These are often found along the center line of the body, along that central column, where all of those factories of processing of energy and emotion reside, also known as the chakras. And so let's meet all of that with the spirit of yes as well. And as the tendency to exclude and to other and to judge begins to soften a little bit, begins to perhaps be disarmed by this experience of giving ourselves to the yes, we may begin to notice a sense of presence dawning. It's there, but it often gets masked by these inner battles. And so just see if you can sense that there's something spacious, bright, open, available that is imbuing your experience to greater or lesser extents, but just kind of orient towards that. And you'll notice that presence itself is one big yes. It's present. It's here. It's open to what is. So I invite you to rest there for the rest of our time together today.